Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Andy Cassidy here with Cassidy and Associates Real Estate. And today's video is geared to helping you make the most income you can out of your property. Now these are some very unique ways on how to make income with your property. I'd be astonished if you've heard some of these ways. Stay tuned to the video, we'll get into these. And these aren't your typical ways such as renting out. These are unique ways that can work for you to make you some money. Let's get into this video.
Booth, stop playing with them.
Way number one is to let people use your parking space. And I have two examples of what I mean. The first one is if you have your property near a busy area such as a school or somewhere they're having an event such as a graduation or a wedding. What you can do if your property is close enough, put out a big sign saying $100, park here for a day. This works. I've seen this at graduations I've been at, weddings I've been at, other events. Now, just by letting someone park in your driveway, you can make $100 or even more depending on how bad parking is in that area. A second example I've seen is a property that has a little dirt pathway in the front of it. Right across the street is a restaurant. So the zoning went from commercial to residential with this little dirt pathway on the residential side that the owner of that property owns. That owner spoke to the owners of the restaurant $500 a month for 2 parking spaces right here, and the owner had another one on the front side of his property. So the owner could still park at his own property, and just in the back there's 2 spots set aside for that restaurant, and he's making $500 extra a month. That could go into stocks, that could go starting to build up funds for real estate. That could be used to buy some more Apple stock because they're about to split. That money can be spent however they want. Another unique way to start making money now on your property, let's say you have a storage area such as a shed or maybe a side little barn or something. What you can do is you can put an ad out on Craigslist, eBay, somewhere else, and use this as just a storage area for someone else if you're comfortable doing so. Most likely, they may need access to your backyard or some part of your yard. And if you're comfortable, you can get them to rent this out, perhaps for maybe a few $100s, $400 each month. And this way, you're not burdened by them. Have a lease with them. They can rent it for maybe 6 months, month to month, year lease, however you want. And you're just getting a few $100s extra each month just from renting out a shed in your backyard. Going into a third way that you can make money from your property. This way is a little more difficult than the other ways to get into, but you can make a high return on this. And what this is letting people film in your property or your house. And so with this, you may need to have a more luxurious property, perhaps with the pool or some other scenic item that people will want to film with. And I knew this one guy, he's a friend of mine, and he had a vacation rental. And at the time, someone is willing to pay a lot more than the going price of the vacation rental. They were filming in the adult industry. He did not mind, the filmers did not mind. So they were willing to rent out his house for a lot more than the going rate, just for letting them film in the house. So that's a third way, if you're comfortable, of course, to make money with your property. A super simple way to get more income from your property is if you're on a busy street or a street that gets a lot of foot traffic. If you have a fence or a wall on the outside of your property, let an advertiser put a sign on that fence or wall. You guys can negotiate the amount, depends on how big the sign is, what the sign promotes, how intrusive it is on your property. All these factors, decide on what your price you want to have it is, and I can almost guarantee you that there's someone who wants to put their ad on your fence or your wall. It's great for advertising and it's great for your pockets. go get that money. For the sake of this video, I'll be including one last way on how to make money from your property that's discussed basically nowhere else. Now, if you want to see another video like this, let me know, drop it in the comments. This last way is to sell fruit or veggies that you can grow in your garden or your backyard. An example here where I live, there's this one lady who lives nearby who has a very beautiful lemon tree in her backyard. And what she does, she picks her lemons, these big, ripe, juicy old lemons, sells them to people in the neighborhood. Everyone knows her, likes her, and she's known for her lemons. She's the lemon lady. And she can make a good amount off this. She doesn't really have to do any more work than she normally would. She just picks them from her tree and has the customers come to her. So that's a good way to make money if you have a fruit tree. As always, make sure to talk to your CPA and your legal team before you take any financial action. I appreciate you guys that watch this video. It means a lot to me when you guys subscribe and like and leave comments. Check out the different playlists here on the channel. If you want to see a day of what my life looks like, check out the real estate vlogs playlist here on the channel. Got some great videos there. Make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like, and I'll see you Tuesdays and Saturdays.